What's going on, beautiful people? It's Lamont Cordell back with yet another video, and today's topic of conversation is the top 3 things that could be potentially stopping you from reaching your full potential.
Babe, we saw the Instagram story and the people voted. They want a Q&A. So we're going to give the people a Q&A.
Like I said, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We were gonna do an episode on the top 3 things that could potentially be holding you back from being or reaching your full potential. But we did a poll on Instagram. That poll said that y'all wanted to have a Q&A with this beautiful lady that I get the luxury of calling my wife on a daily basis. So here we are. We got a little bowl with the questions that we received from you guys in it. We decided to keep it interesting and pick from that bowl. But before we get into that, you want to tell them a little bit about yourself, my love?
Hi guys. This is my first time on YouTube. It's my first YouTube appearance, so hopefully I look good. No, but for real, I have Instagram and I'm really big on there. Social media is not new to me, but YouTube is. I'm a personal trainer, so if you didn't know, there might be some questions in here that are geared towards personal training tips or whatnot, but that's because I'm a certified personal trainer.
And you can find her on Instagram at
Megan Hicks with 2 underscores at the end.
All right, so the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna take turns picking from the bowl. Some of these questions are questions for the both of us, and some will be a one-sided answer to that question. But what I'll do is I'll make sure that I put the question down at the bottom so you all have the ability to see it, and let's get into it. Yeah?
Okay,
You ready?
yeah.
All right, let's do this thing. You wanna go first? Ladies first, right?
Okay, let me see. Drum roll.
Do I get to look at the question?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Well, this one's actually for him. This one says, how long did it take to woo her?
I don't think that's a me question. I feel like that's a you question because
For me?
I don't know how long it took me to woo you.
Well,
How long?
I guess not very long at all, actually.
I was pestering her.
He was very determined. Let's just say he was really determined, and I was hesitant at first, but no, it didn't take long at all. I don't even know, we got married really fast, so that just goes to say it didn't take very long to woo me.
We got married really fast. We've been married for 3 years. December 15th, last December?
Yes.
Or it's still December.
Yeah.
So,
Just
yeah,
like a
we
couple
just hit
weeks
3
ago.
years. So,
Yay.
Call it what you want. We're still happily married. We got 2 beautiful daughters, and
the wooing process doesn't always mean the outcome.
Boom. And she hasn't killed me yet, so we're good. All right, so I'm gonna go with a CVS receipt type question. You know they give you those big receipts in CVS, the ones that are like 5 pages long. All right, how does she handle you being at work if you work long hours or days at a time?
I guess that's more for me too, huh?
Yeah, I guess that one is for you.
Long hours are no fun for anybody. So, it sucks already that he has to be at work all day. But for me, I keep busy. I got 2 kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Zoe doesn't go to school yet. So, as long as you stay busy, and we communicate a lot during the day too. So, him being at work, it's not like I don't get to talk to him or ever hear from him. So, even though there's long days, stay busy. Don't focus on the fact that it's such a long day. Try to find something else to keep you distracted and make sure you're communicating.
Facts. I think that last piece is the biggest thing. I think in any relationship, and what tends to happen throughout long relationships is people tend to stop communicating. And luckily, both of us are on the same page when it comes to the communication piece. Not that we're perfect, but that's definitely one part of our relationship that we definitely keep intact. And I think that that's going to take us pretty far in this relationship until death do us part, you might say. Whoever said that, they should have been exiled, and I don't even want to stoned or something, because that's a stupid saying.
Yeah, because even after death, I'll haunt him. So there is no apart. Okay.
Next question.
Next question. Do you speak any other languages?
Do you? She's had Mexican, by the way. Ask her. Do you speak any other languages?
Sí.
Oh.
No, not fully. So I know a little bit of Spanish and I know a little bit of Japanese because we lived in Okinawa. Well, I lived in Okinawa for 5 years. So I learned enough to get by, but no, I don't fully speak any other languages besides English. Unfortunately, I really want to learn Spanish.
Now, the question of the day is, do I know any other languages? And I'm gonna go ahead and give you a certified yes. I speak Ebonics. I do it on a daily basis. Ask anybody from where I'm from. I speak Ebonics fluently.
You're right.
All right, here we go. I'm not doing the CBS receipt questions again. There's like 3 of them in there. All right, if you could fly anywhere, where would you fly to? Oh, this is a sensitive subject. I just want y'all to know.
Oh no, we're going there.
You see this? Sensitive subject question.
Where would you fly to, babe?
I'd fly to Bali. You know why I'd fly to Bali? Because I've never been to Bali. You know who's been to Bali how many times?
Just once.
Just once? That's enough.
But for 11 days. It was amazing.
That's enough. And guess what? I tried to go again, and instead she tried to convince me to go to Thailand.
Thailand's amazing too, although I've never been. That's why I thought we should go together because it's a place that neither of us have been as opposed to somewhere that I've already been.
Yeah, you could have been my tour guide.
So, what about me?
What, yeah?
If I wanted to fly or could fly anywhere, where would I fly to?
Where would you fly to?
Where would I fly to?
She would fly to, what is it? Is it Venezuela?
What?
No, it's not.
Oh, Argentina?
Argentina.
No, not Argentina. Okay, so I really do want to go to Argentina, but that's not my first pick. I still want to go to the Maldives.
Your hands are really cold.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Maldives? I want to go to the Maldives.
I think it's the Maldives.
I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I want to go there and I want to sit in one of those little huts above the water and watch stuff underneath us. That's where I would really go.
Watch stuff is the key phrase there.
He's not a fan of the water, so he probably wouldn't get in.
Look, I've watched way too many water documentaries, and I see creepy, crawly things in the water that don't belong under my feet, so.
I get it.
No, thank you.
I get it.
No, thank you.
Okay.
Is it my turn? Yeah.
Didn't you pick where we'd fly to?
Yeah, I did. It's your turn.
Okay. Phonetic alphabet. Ready, set, go.
Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Echo, Foxtrot. I gotta say the ABCs in my head now. Golf.
Hotel. India.
Lima.
Juliet. No. India, Juliet, Kilo, Lima. Mike. November.
Can we?
Oscar.
This is unfair.
Papa.
Backwards. Do it backwards.
Babe, we have it right there.
Oh, you're cheating.
We have a phonetic alphabet actually on our wall that we got from like Home Goods.
I don't know if I can trust you anymore. That's disgusting.
Go ahead, you pick the next question. We're winning.
That's terrible.
It's nice for when you're on the phone and somebody's like, how do you spell that?
Just for the record, yes, I do know the phonetic alphabet. I know I'm in the military and I should know off the bat. But let's get this clear. Nobody says the phonetic alphabet without saying the ABCs in their head, number one.
Or you use it to spell something.
There you go.
So if you're spelling pen, it's Papa, Echo, November. I'm good.
Are you a spy?
Been married to the military, man.
All right. It's my turn for real though, right?
Yes.
Did you meet or before or after he joined the military? So that is a question for you, my love.
Did I meet you before or after the military? I met him while he was in the military. He had already been in for a few years. A few meaning like a lot, kind of, because it's going on what?
11.
11 years, and we've been married for 3, so do the math. He's been in for a while.
Do this one.
This looks like a setup.
It was your turn, right?
Oh, yeah. What am I very good at? What am I very good at, or what are you very good at?
I think what am I very good at? And then I'll tell you.
What you're very good at?
Please.
Oh my God, you're good at a lot.
Okay.
So he cooks really well. at least compared to me. I mean, I don't speak for all the chefs in the world, no offense, but like, I don't enjoy or am very good at cooking. Although I'm a personal trainer and I'm nutritional certified as well.
I mean, you only have to.
I can get you by, and I will give you life-sustaining food that's edible and healthy, but he will give you something that tastes bomb.
And it'll probably give you a heart attack at some point.
No, he can still make healthy food. So that's one of the things he's really good at. Also, he's really good at... I don't know if I want to share this.
What?
He's really good at sharing, like, or showing emotions, like, with affection, I guess I should say. Like, if he feels it... No, that's not even right. You're really good at showing affection. Not even just, like, emotions on your face, but, like...
I mean...
To me, he shows a lot of affection.
that answers it. I'll take that all day for an answer. That's good.
Okay.
I think...
We'll stop with those two.
This is the thing.
I'm giving secrets away.
So, this woman, she doesn't give herself enough credit at all for anything she does. And I don't think that there is anything that she is not good at except for the one that she just mentioned that she doesn't really care for. And it's because she doesn't really care for it. But anything that she puts her mind to, that she decides that she wants to accomplish or be good at, she does it. And it's kind of mind-blowing because, like I said, she doesn't give herself the credit for it. And sometimes I sit back and I'm like, if you could only like combine the both of us with her ability to accomplish anything and my desire to do everything, it'd be ridiculous. But we're together though.
Power couple.
Yeah, like let's figure this out, right? Is it my turn or your turn?
Good at. I picked that. You picked it and gave it to me. You just pick.
Have either of you had a personal trainer? Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah, both of us.
So actually, the first personal trainer that I ever had was supplied by him. Like, he wasn't the personal trainer, but the first personal trainer I had was actually by Katie Hearn, and he surprised me with a gift from one of the winter challenges. I clearly didn't win the winter challenge. I was still like figuring my life out. I've been doing fitness training myself for a while, but I had never actually had the guidance of a personal trainer, and he was the first person to introduce like a trainer and what that can do for you, especially when you're tracking macros, you're given a plan and a guide actually instead of just going in and kind of winging it. So it was really beneficial that he like gifted me that.
So it's kind of similar, except for the way that my experience went is for me, at the age of like 25, I was still like 135 soaking wet. I'm 5'7", so that's a slender young man, or I guess middle-aged man for someone like my size. And what happened was, me and a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends named Gary, we ended up finding this online trainer named Danny Jones, and we both purchased programs at the same time. And we started those programs at the same time in order to hold each other accountable. And just like my wife said, it was a completely different experience going to the gym and having something specific to do instead of just going to the gym and shooting at the hip. And not only that, he provided us with demonstrations and videos on how you're supposed to execute each workout, which made me feel a lot more confident in the gym. And then with that being said, within 3 months of finishing the program, I went from 135 to 155, completely different person, completely different attitude, completely different level of confidence. So I think I could say having a personal trainer definitely helped me develop confidence in the gym.
Me too, for sure.
All right, we got a lot of questions left. All right, is it my turn? No, your turn.
Okay. Why do I get nervous every time I unwrap them?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything crazy in there. Better not be anything crazy.
What was your first impression of each other, or one another? What was your first impression of me?
I was smitten. Right off the bat. So I met her, and legitimately, I don't think it was 5 seconds before I was sitting there trying to figure out who this woman was and how I could find myself in her presence consistently for as long as I could possibly be there. And that I'm not even 5-10 seconds into meeting her, I was like, yes, please.
Yeah, but what was that, my impression? Like,
Impression.
yeah, you were after me, but like, what was your first impression? Did you think I was like snooty or nice, or what was I? What was your first impression?
An angel. And then she tells me stories about herself when she was in high school, and then she has like, they're somewhere hidden in there. She got little things going on, but she's still an angel in my eyes, because I've only ever known her as an angel. So my first impression of you, I was like, this woman is perfect. Like, you had this glowing aura around you or something.
Babe.
Kind of creepy.
Okay, so my first impression of him was, okay, so not quite the same in the fact that I wasn't like smitten with him right off the bat. Like, we met via a friend. The first time we met, like, he got in my friend's car and he hopped in the back seat and he was just like, okay, cool person. Like, right off the bat, it was my best friend's friend. So I was like, cool. Like, obviously we're gonna be cool, you know? But my first impression wasn't like, I wasn't like obsessed or anything like that. I was all over the place. I know, but I wasn't like smitten like that. But my first impression was just like, he's super cool, and he talks like, I mean, now that I know him, he talks with everybody, but he talked to me like I was one of his best friends. Like, we were in my best friend's car. He was just talking to me like I was or like we already knew each other. Like, it felt like I had known you before I even knew you. Like, it just felt that comfortable. So my first impression of him was he was just like super easygoing. I don't know. You were just easy to
comfortable.
Yeah. He made me comfortable and easy to talk to.
Okay, that works. I like that response. Is it? I can't remember whose turn it is ever.
I think I read that one, so you gotta go.
Oh yeah, you're right. Good job. CBS receipt. Fitness tips or motivational tips? I want to start working out, but I cannot find the motivation. You wanna take the lead?
Is that for me?
I mean, I imagine it says fitness and motivational. Your fitness. I guess both of us are kind of fit.
Both.
Yeah. You got it.
I guess if it was coming from me, what was it? Tips?
Yes.
If I could give a fitness tip, I say honestly, go at your own pace. It's not a race. It's not like, I mean, unless you're doing some like bodybuilding competition where you have specific, like, I have to meet this by this time, or unless your doctor like specified and said like, you need to cut something out super quick because it's going to make a difference in your health or something like that. I say go at your own pace, honestly. I think fitness and nutrition and like all that lifestyle combined, it's not a race to get to the finish line. It's more of how do you find something that's sustainable and that you can do for yourself for the rest of your life. So I always say it's not a race. It's not like some get rich quick scheme. You know, when it comes to fitness, should be a lifestyle. It's important, and you know, take your time to really educate yourself, and don't always believe the first thing that you hear. Like, even if you have a personal trainer, I've heard horror stories about personal trainers or nutritionalists. So do your own research and do things at your own pace if you need to. Don't stress yourself out. Make it fun, and make it sustainable.
I think for me, as far as the motivational piece goes, I think the biggest thing I can tell anybody as far as maintaining motivation, you have to count the small victories in order to see the bigger picture. We get so caught up in wanting the big win right in that moment, not realizing that you have to have small wins and small failures in order to be able to realize where your weak spots are and to improve on those things. And each portion of that is going to lead to you getting to the end state. So just keep in mind, nobody is perfect, and you're never going to get to where you want to be at in one shot. It's not going to happen that way.
Love yourself and love the process.
Exactly. There you go. That's probably a much shorter form of how I should have put it. No, that's perfect. Thank you.
I wasn't trying to cut you off.
No. It's good.
Little or big? Big. is it really is hard to keep a relationship when on deployment as they say it is. So, is keeping a relationship a problem on a deployment? You know, I've heard, again, a lot of horror stories when it comes to people on deployment. You know, female or male, doesn't matter which is active duty or which is the spouse left behind. Deployments are hard. I've honestly never had to go through a deployment with you, but we've also had long periods of time apart, not necessarily deployment related, but I honestly think that it comes down to a couple factors. One being, well, communication. Trust is a huge factor when it comes to long distance or deployment. And three, if you're really serious about that person or not. Because if you're serious about that person, it doesn't matter if they're gone on a deployment or away or whatever, you're still with that person. And if you're invested and serious about the relationship, it doesn't matter what happens. And if it means 6 months, a year from now that you have to wait, if they're worth it, you're gonna wait. Secondly, if the trust issue, you know, if you don't have any trust issues, or if you have that, like, that really strong connection and that open line of communication, then it shouldn't be that difficult. Does it suck? Yeah, distance sucks. Not being able to communicate with the person that you love all the time sucks, but it's not as hard as they say in certain aspects. It's not like you will automatically lose the relationship when someone goes on deployment. It's just a matter of, you know, that you're gonna stick it out, and that's all the option that you have. There is no plan B. There is only plan A. They're gone. They're gonna come back, and communication and trust.
I think that everything that you said is right on spot. I think that maturity plays a humongous role in all of that. It helps bind it together, because at the end of the day, if you still have a childish way of looking at a relationship, thinking that everything is going to align exactly how you expect it to be, and when it doesn't, it gives you a excuse to go and do whatever it is that you want to do, then you probably aren't meant to be in a relationship in the first place. So maturity plays a humongous role in whether or not your relationship is going to work during those deployments. So if you're not ready, then just stay out of a relationship.
Yeah. Is that yours? You picked that?
I can't remember.
I answered it.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
You want to pick?
Do your
Here,
thing.
you do it.
Okay.
I just answered the last one mostly, so we'll
Good
see.
job. I like your answer to that question.
It's up there.
How hard is it having a family in the military? I think this one goes, along with any other question, or any question like the relationship question. And it's not hard to have a family in the military. It's really not. There are days where the military member is going to work long hours and be away from home, or have a specific duty that they have to stand. But at the end of the day, one thing I will tell you is your family will always give you unconditional love, especially if coming from your children, if you have children, and your spouse, if they are mature enough to understand why you are sacrificing your time and it is for the well-being of your family, then at the end of the day, you'll come home and you'll work yourself back into a routine. So it's not hard to have a family in the military. They're taken care of. My daughters are spoiled well beyond what they need to be. We have luxuries that certain people don't. They got medical and dental that is completely taken care of. I think the dental is partial, but aside from that, everything is set out, and I think that we live a pretty decent life.
I agree. But also, like, to touch on that, I know he said, that you'll receive unconditional love, but you also have to give unconditional love. And again, with that line of communication, like, I agree. Is it hard? No, it's not hard to have a family in the military, but at the same time, there are a lot of challenges when it comes to having a family in the military. Speaking from the person that's not the active duty member, it's really hard sometimes when, my husband's a recruiter and he works really long hours, and it's me full-time with the kids. Even though I don't work, I get to stay at home, but I never get to clock out. So there are difficulties, but at the same time, like he said, there's so many other benefits that come from the military that, I'm provided the opportunity to stay at home with the kids full time. So that's a blessing in itself. also, he does a great job of communicating with me what his schedule is going to be like, if he's going to be home late. It's not so wonderful on the receiving end if you're just at home wondering, when's my spouse going to be home?
Yeah.
Is he safe? Because not all jobs in the military are safe, because there are some unsafe ones. Again, communication is huge, because that's what makes everything run smoothly. Otherwise, if I'm sitting here waiting, like, is he going to be home? Is he not going to be home? Does he have to work late? Those are all things that could cause little issues, and over time those things can build up. But if you have a great communication and you, exercise those things, then it's not difficult having a family in the military. There are challenges, especially for families that do frequently go on deployments, or families that are on MEUs. Not even specifically Marine Corps, but people who are in the Navy or always gone on ships. There's a lot of challenges when it comes to having a family in the military. There are times where you feel like the military is not geared for families at all. And then there's times where, you have family fun days and everybody gets to be a part of what's going on in the military, or you get invited to little events like functions within your unit. And when you can build that camaraderie, with the people that are in your unit or together with you, it makes it that much more family oriented. And
not only that, every once in a while you get times like this where for the Christmas and New Year break, we get 3-4 days at a time where legitimately I haven't been at work, which explains why I have facial hair. I know I'm not supposed to have it, but I've been at home for 4 days. I'm allowed to grow it when I'm in the comfort of my own home. But it's little moments like that where you do actually have spaces in time in which you get to completely envelop yourself in your family. So that also helps to sustain that family environment.
Yeah, so long story short, is it hard to have a family in the military? There are its own unique challenges to having family in the military. Like civilian world, there's challenges to having a family anywhere, but there's a lot of blessings with having a family in the military. Did you just throw out a question?
We kind of answered that one.
Oh, not so good at? What am I not so good at? Cooking?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we went over that.
We went over that one just now.
Best and worst parts about a military spouse? Yeah. Worrying. Deployments.
All right, so we're just gonna answer this one, and then we'll answer one more, and then we'll let you guys go. I know we've been taking a lot of y'all's time, so you wanna read that?
Weird habit of each other.
You wanna answer that first?
No, I don't know.
Okay, so I got one of hers. So she has this little blanket that
You're not!
She sleeps with a blanket that her grandmother gave her, which is cute because not many people do that. But she has a tiny little blanket and it had silk.
My grandma didn't give me that. My mom gave me that. That was my baby blanket.
Oh, your mom gave you that one? I thought it was your grandma.
No, my grandma tried to fix it. I wouldn't let her fix it.
There we go. Never mind, I got the story mixed up. So mom gave her the blanket, which your mom gave one to Zoe too, right?
Yeah, my mom made them. Well, didn't make mine, but she made one for Zoe.
Well, it had silk on the outer edges of it, and she likes to twiddle the silk, and she still sleeps with that blanket, which I don't have a problem with. It's a thing. She sleeps with the blanket, and she twiddled all the silk off of it, and there's just like tiny little pieces of it left, and she searches for them at night in order for her to twiddle these little pieces of silk.
Oh, baby, you're rude.
And she hurts her nails because it's so tiny that it goes underneath her nails, and she twiddles it. But it comforts her. I think it's cute.
Babe, this is so embarrassing.
Sorry, it's a thing. It's a weird habit.
Okay.
All right.
I guess it's a weird habit, but God, I don't know what weird habit you have. Now I feel like I need some dirt.
I don't have any weird habits.
The weirdest habit that I could think of, or I guess more of a pet peeve habit. I mean, it's not really annoying.
There we go. Let's hear it.
It's not really like a weird habit. It's more like, okay, so he used to.
I used to. That's
does.
good. I
Does.
used to.
It's gotten better. Okay, so he used to. Anytime he'd wear something and it wasn't dirty, that he would. that he would put it in this pile on the floor, right? And it was always next to his side of the bed. And so when it comes laundry time and I'd go to do laundry and I'd be like, is this clean or dirty? Like, it's on the floor. It's clearly dirty. You know, it's in a pile of dirty clothes. And he'd be like, but it's not really dirty. Like, I only wore it once. It's still clean. And
You
I'm
know
like,
what's messed up? Is I had a conversation with you about this shirt that I have on right now this morning.
he was like, it's still clean. And it actually smelled like, what is that?
Coconut oil.
So I don't know if that's weird. There might be other guys that do that, but I'm like, if it's dirty, put it in the hamper. If it's clean, then hang it up. Like,
Fellas,
why is it in
I
a
need y'all's
separate
assistance,
pile
man.
on the floor?
If y'all have a pile that you know is not dirty and that you could wear again somewhere in your closet, please in the comments let her know that it's completely acceptable to have that pile of clothes.
Okay, but don't put it next to your bed, okay?
All right, last one. Let's see. Can I have a kiss?
Is that the question?
Yes.
For real?
No, that's not the question. Anyways, we're done here. Hey, look, we really do appreciate all the questions you sent in. Hopefully it helped you learn a little bit more about us as a couple. And we'll probably be doing another one of these or doing more videos together. Like I said, my wife is a personal trainer. I'm trying to get her into the YouTube space and let her understand that it is one of those spaces that is vital if you're trying to get good information out, which she provides a plethora of good information. So ladies out there, if you're looking for somebody to help you get that summer 2020, is it too late for summer 2020 body?
No, we're going into 2020.
Boom.
We got the whole year.
If you're looking for that summer 2020 body, ladies, please go look for her on Instagram at Megan Hicks with 2 underscores at the end.
Or at filthfitco.com. I have it on the website.
There you go. So you can go on that website. You can fill out her, what is it called?
Coaching application.
Boom.
It's filth as in PHYLTHFITCO. Filth.
I'll link that. I'll link that down below. That way y'all can have straight direct access to it. But please, if you're interested in getting that summer 2020 body, give her a click on that link that I'll leave in the comments or in the description. My apologies. And make sure to give her a follow. Again, we appreciate the questions. And until the next time, peace, love, and happiness, y'all.
Mic check 1 2 1 3.
1 2 1 3. Mic check 1 2 1 3. You're crazy.